really get involved with it. I don't know. Still doesn't somewhere.
What is this, Dottie? My goodness, are they yours?
Certainly not, miss. I found them outside. I do believe I found a clue. Outside the French window, there are footprints leading to the gate. Has your arrested gone again, Megan?
No, it has not. And I doubt very much whether the inspector would notice footprints outside the window if they were made by an elephant. He couldn't see these under his nose, or rather under the sofa.
Under the sofa?
Oh, this is good.
I don't know. How did they get there? I wonder what Daddy was up to last night. Those pictures, they weren't read letters, were they?
Oh no, they were hot nil size 11.
Gosh, how can you be so sure?
Well, there is a similar evidence on the back of my new green skirt that I wore to the Women's Rights March last night. Do you know, I still have no idea how it got there.
So, what should we do now?
Well, if these are not yours, and they're not Dottie's, then they must be Mrs. Ball's.
I've got a
I really don't think they'll be Mrs. Ball's, Connie. They wouldn't go around the top of her head. But who else would wear something like this?
A lady in a recruit. Or someone who wants to hold up their stockings, perhaps.
Very funny. But what would a lady of ill repute be doing in this house?
I really don't know, Megan. But I have a fair idea. Sorry. You want to show me this, Megan? Ah, Mrs. Ball, do you recognise these? Oh yes, they're mine.
I'll take those, thank you, Mrs. Bull. It has been ascertained that Sir Timothy was also strangled. With a thin piece of material, identity unknown. At least up to now it was unknown. Where, may I ask, did these come from?
I found some under the sofa when I was brushing up earlier.
I see, right. I shall have to ask each one of you in turn where you was on the next question. I think I will start with you, please, Mrs. Bull, as you seem to think the apparel belongs to your good self.
Mine? No, I was mistaken. I thought they were my duster.
Duster. Mrs. Bull uses black lacy dusters. Check. Right. Now, where were you when last night? I've lost my place again.
Oh God, you've got the script in
I'm looking at the page and I can't see where I am. Where were you on the night Sir Timothy was strangled?
I was here. I bought Mrs. Coker at 8 o'clock as normal. He was alone. I left him and went upstairs to sort the laundry. The laundry. I spent an hour doing that. No, if it was left to Dottie, there'd be no clean sheets on the bed. I spent the hour doing that, and then I came back downstairs to collect the cup at 9 o'clock, which I always do before retiring to bed. I go to bed so early because I get so tired working all the hours God sends. I keep telling him we need more staff, but he says, no, I've got no. I keep telling him, but it's too much for one old woman and a young cheat of a girl to do, and me having to do all the cooking and all. I keep telling him, but he says he hasn't got the money. Has the money for his fancy women, no doubt. If I were 10 years younger, I'd get myself another job, but I'm stuck with the old boat now. No one will take on an old goat like me. There's no justice. He asked me to do all manner of things that just aren't my job, and I'm supposed to say, yes, Sir Timothy, no, Sir Timothy, it's enough to make... Yes, well, anyway, when I came in, I noticed that the French doors were open. It struck me as a bit odd. It in October, but I shut them, and that's when I noticed Sir Timothy.
Was Sir Timothy alive when you took Miss Coco?
Of course he was. Don't you think I'd have noticed if he was dead? He put the cup down. He said, thank you, Mrs. Ball. Now, is there anything else? Because I have a lot to do. Running with this house doesn't stop just because he's popped his cloth.
Just one more thing, Mrs. Bull. What did you say when you saw the body? You didn't say anything. What did you do when you saw the body?
I fainted, and the next thing I knew was you waving something horrible under my nose.
Oh, what was that then, Inspector?
Smelling salts, Miss Payne, smelling salts.
Oh.
So you've no idea who contacted the police then, Mr. Bull?
No. Can I go?
Yes, but don't go too far. I may need to ask you some more questions later on. Now then, let me see. What about you, young Dorothy? Where were you on the night in question?
Confirmation
that it was a Thursday, Dorothy. Please continue.
Sorry, of course it was a Thursday.
earlier it was yesterday, and seeing as today is Friday, then it must have been a Thursday.
Just myself and Mrs. Bull. Dodgy had already gone off for the day when he decided to give the homeless a miss. He'd hurt his foot. He had a bad fall the previous evening. I think he tripped over a woman lying in the gutter. That's his Wednesday evening activity, you know, helping poor women.
You mean he spends all Wednesday evenings picking up ladies that are falling in the gutter? Well, I never did. But if there'd be enough ladies falling over to make that happen, I think it must be something to do with those long skirts and high heels that they wear. My granny was a fallen woman, perhaps it would have helped her.
Right then, Miss Death.
It's dear.
Yes, Miss. So you were at your Bible study class now. That's easily checked. Now, Miss Payne, where were you last night?
Oh, well, Inspector, at 7:15 p.m. precisely, I opened to the meeting of the Women's Rights Movement, local branch. I am the chairwoman and staunch supporter of the rights for women. Equal rights for women,
Yes.
That's what I say.
Yes,
Why should we not be heard? I mean, we make up half the world's population,
Yes,
and we
ma'am,
should
yes.
have a say in how our lives run.
Yes, Miss Payne. Yes, Miss Payne. If we could just get back to the matter in hand.
Yes, sorry. Well, at 8 p.m. we decided to march down the high street to drum up some support, and we ended up outside the town hall, where we chained ourselves to the railings. You must remember, Inspector, you were the one wielding the hacksaw to cut us off. You cautioned me and arrested me at 8:55 approximately, as I recall.
Yes, I remember. I'd just come on duty and you blunted my new blade. I must remember to put a new blade for that. I must remember to put in another new blade for that. Put in lots of claims for that. My blade.
He's not. You're just
I'm sorry.
waving him into it.
Hello dear, I thought I'd find where all the action was. Hello Inspector, how are you? Have you caught the culprit yet?
No, sir, our investigations are continuing. Would you mind telling me where you were last night?
Surely you don't suspect me of thinking about the old buffer, do you? I mean, I know we had a run-in with the dog last week, but Connie and I paid the doctor's fees, and the doctor said he shouldn't affect his ability to have any more children. Not that there's any chance of that, though, eh?
Just routine inquiries, sir, routine inquiries.
Well, let me think. Seeing as Connie had gone off on one of her women's rights meetings, I decided to stay in and read a book. It was very good. It's called Murder at Midnight. Mind you, if I'd known, I would have come over here and seen a real one.
I see. Very good, sir. Now, ladies, just for the record, you understand, I need to know exactly the undergarments with which you keep up your hosiery.
Inspector, is this really necessary?
Oh, yes.
I'm afraid so, miss. I was only doing my job.
Well, you heard the gentlemen, ladies. Come along, Dotty.
Dotty?